YouTubers, it's Boss Magnus here with another Magic the Gathering Arena video for your viewing or listening pleasure. It's that time, it's midweek Magic, and Wizards is premiering its new format, Pick 2 Phantom Bot Draft. So, this is Phantom. The cards you draft are not added to your collection, which is, pretty typical for midweek Magic. You get to try out the format, but you don't get to keep the cards. You do, however, earn at least a rare here, potentially a mythic, at least a rare, potentially a mythic, and then some type of cosmetic, a sleeve or, an alternate art. And if you've already got the rare or mythic that it picks for you, you get gems here. So gems, cards, cosmetics, free stuff. As you can see, the limited format here is Foundations. It says this week's event is Magic the Gathering Foundations. So how does this work? It's 4 players. And you're drafting 2 at a time. This is still like a premier draft. It is a timed draft. This is not quick draft. And instead of picking 1 at a time, you pick 2 at a time. So what is the impact? Well, you get to take 2 cards out of a pack. And then the next pack you get is missing 2 cards. So potentially you can get 2 rares or mythics or a mythic and a rare. But probably more importantly, you can not only cut what the people that you're passing your cards to see more readily because you're taking 2 at a time, but also you can get a little bit extra synergy in your deck because you're seeing more cards. Well, you're not seeing more cards at the same time. In fact, you still get to end up seeing the same amount of cards. It's just 2 at a time. So instead of there being 8 people, there's 4 people. Anyway, after you finish the draft, then you build a deck and you play just like you normally would. So I think a good thing to do here would be to figure out what are the quote good colors. I think there's a lot of other tools out there. Untapped GG, there's 17 lands, there's other various places where you can find out like what the good colors are for a set, what drafted well, what didn't, what had synergies, what didn't. And usually Wizards will provide some information here that says these are the archetypes. So that, if nothing else, could be something you could find. I think you can probably go to Wizards' website for Arena, or maybe just in general, and it'll tell you what the color pairings are supposed to be doing in the set. And that can kind of give you an idea of what to go for. So let's give this a shot and see what happens. So I think another benefit for this is that because there's only 4 people that are queuing, it should hopefully queue faster. So we will see who we are playing against here. And if I draft against you and you watch this video, please comment down below. Let me know. Whenever there's somebody who's waiting here like this, I always think, oh, well, maybe they're a YouTuber and they're sitting here talking and letting this cord burn down while they're giving their intro speech. Hey, thanks to Card Kingdom for sponsoring me and tcgplayer.com and blah, 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 because nobody sponsors me because I have like 90 subscribers, which is fine. It's all fine. But that makes me think that that's what's happening. Of course, more likely than not, it's just somebody who's not paying attention. They're in another window or, they fell asleep at the PC or whatever. Their iPad fell asleep on them. Okay, so I guess we're going to reboot here, waiting for others 0. So, rebuilding the queue. Let's hope everybody's awake this time. I'm ready. 2 more ready. And there's 3. Jonathan D, Spicklehawk, and Sonam. Was that the 3rd? We got me, Boss Magnus, Sonam, Spicklehawk, and Jonathan D. So, let's see what we've got here. Sire of the 7 Deaths. Big, hard to deal with, goes in any deck, looks great. I don't like this as removal. Gives you something to still play with. Seeker's Folly, mid. Perforating Artist, that's good, but it pulls me into 2 colors. Burst Lightning, that's good. Goes to the face, goes to a creature. Non-committal. Bake into a pie, very good, solid removal. But it is also 2 black. Llanowar Elves, good for ramping, especially if I'm going to be getting to Sire of 7 Deaths. I think, I think that's a good pair to take. I'm going to take the Sire and I'll take the Elves in order to help get me there. Oh, look at that. Omniscience. Well, That is probably completely unplayable, although it's fun. Okay, so what do we have here? Snakeskin Veil. I'm probably going to play green. That's a good trick. Not too excited about any of these other creatures. Banishing Light. I'm probably going to go ahead and take these 2 cards. The only other ones I might take would be the Mocking Sprite. It's a flyer. It reduces my instant casting costs. And the Hunger Ghoul. If you go into a dedicated sack deck, especially with like the skeleton that you can sacrifice and bring back, this can actually be pretty potent. Strix Lookout, that's not bad. It's vigilance and allows you to loot as well. Okay. Oh, there's another elf. Don't mind if I do. And what do we have to go with that? Well, first of all, I'll say that it looks like there's not much green, but if you're playing green, I don't know why you wouldn't have taken the elves. We got a big blue flyer, which is kind of mid. That comes into tap, but it's aggressive and it's fast. That's not great, nor is that. I don't think that's a great card. I think that's not bad. It's a big creature. This is a good stall card, but I'm not in the business of stalling, so let's take... Actually, I was going to take the Gleaming. Oh, look at that. Tatjova, Benthic Druid. That is great. Makes me want to take that. Treetop Snare Spinner, that's not bad either. Keeps me in those colors. Okay. Are we solid in green-blue here? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. Let's keep our eyes open. Counter non-creature spell. I do not want to ramp my opponent. Big dumb flyer, I guess. Big dumb ground creature, I guess. I'll take those. Omniscience is back. Well, we'll take those 2. And then we'll end up with that. So that goes pretty fast, I gotta say. Okay, so it feels very good to be green-blue here, but I basically am looking at some tricks here for my removal. That doesn't feel great. I might want to take the Essence Scatter as it gives me something like removal if I want to play the blue. This is a great card, but it also requires some work to make sure that you've got that life gain. Might do the Think Twice just to get through my deck. Yeah, I think I might do that. Again, am I committing too early to go green-blue? I don't know. I'm not the best at this. Well, that gives me some tempo. So I only have the Snakeskin Veil, which is going to give +1s. Okay, the Treetop Spinner can give me +1s as well. Artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. That's probably going to go around anyway. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to go ahead and let's just say we are doing the green-blue thing here. Okay, that's a good early drop. I'm not unwilling to take another spinner, but Aetherize, if my opponent is going all out. I could bounce my bouncer and get additional value. You know what? Let's take these 2 because it's the uncommon, and I think it's less likely that it's going to come back. Okay, I could go broad with Dwynen's. It's a 2-drop for 2. You know, it's a body. That's okay. I do have 2 elves that it might trigger off of. I've already got a Rogue's Passage, but, you know, that's not terrible to keep something from being blocked. But I think I'll just take the Fleeting and Distraction. I don't have anything that has prowess here, do I? Nope. Ravenous Amulet. I don't think I want to do that. I guess I'll just take the Evolving Wilds. Thin the old deck. Yep. Broken Wings came back anyway. Don't know if I'll play it. Runaway Together came back. Super duper. Okay, wow. We've got Loot, which is rare, and it allows me to find cool stuff. We've got Spectral Sailor, which is a really good card. Because I'm low on interaction, I'm actually going to take the Spectral Sailor and the Snakeskin Veil. I don't know if it's right. It's probably better to take that. Wary Thespian might even be a better choice, but it's midweek Magic, so who gives a crap if it's wrong, right? Okay, Sylvan Scavenging. At the beginning of your step, end step. Well, that can be very powerful. Why don't we draft the rare? We definitely want to get the Indrik as well. When this creature enters, you may have it fight target creature you don't control, so that is also a little bit of removal. It's up against the Thespian, the Giant, and think twice. It's another Giant Growth. Oh, there's a big Fin Bouncer for some tempo. And, yeah. I don't think these days a lot of people get tricked by Giant Growth like they may have done in the past. This is card draw, plus, you know, trample is a way for me to get past things. This is not good because you will help your opponent ramp, but it is removal. So I'm taking that. Okay, we'll take the early drop, and I've already got 2 Icewind Elementals, right? Yeah, well, let's take the Elsworn Giant. Get another one. And that is going to be pick 3 for us. Okay, well, let's see what we build here. Okay, I like to do a little type creature. Separates out my creatures and my spells here. And I'm targeting, you know, we got 22 and 14. We got to make cuts here. I'll keep the Evolving Wilds and the Rogue's Passage. Why do I have black in here? What is black? I don't need the Infestation Sage. That's an easy cut. There we go. Okay. I definitely am not playing that. I don't know if I want to play that. Run away together and think twice. I think I want to keep the think twice. I don't really have any draw here. I definitely think I'm going to cut the Broken Wings. And for now, I'm going to cut the Aetherize. So what does that leave me at for spells? It's still 11 spells. That's a lot. Keep those. Keep her. So I can landfall, but I'm not trying to go wide. I don't have anything that pumps the field, right? This is only on a 1 creature. It's not like there's a white one for landfall. That's good to cycle. Light Shell do. I don't think I'll play that. And at the beginning of your end step, if creature died. So this might work if I'm making little guys like that. 2/1 flyer for 3. I have a feeling he's going to get crushed by bigger flyers or something with reach. So let's cut the 3 out. I think I want to keep both of those. Definitely the Spectral Sailor and definitely the Elves. I wish this had Trample, but I don't think I'm going to play that one either. I want to keep those for tempo. Definitely feel like we are very high on the mana curve here. We've got 6 more to cut. How many creatures do we have? 18 creatures and 11 spells. Well, if I'm going to be trying to swing, these might be good, right? I think I'm going to dump the Runaway together. I don't know if I want to cut any more of those spells, but if I cut 5 creatures, 13. I got to cut something here, don't I? Okay, so we'll get rid of the Giant Growths. We're trying to preserve our board space, not jam. Although with Garrick's Uprising, we may be building that wide board state and trampling through. So, don't know. There's definitely some counters going on here. I think I'm just going to cut these two idiots and I'll cut one of them. Okay, let's look at what that looks like. 2.8, 15 creatures, 8 non-creatures. So if we have power 4 or greater, which this can pump this to make it 4, can pump this to make it 4, or this to make it 4. This is a 4. I don't have a lot of stuff that's native 4, is it? To allow me to use that second ability on Sylvan Scavenger. Maybe I do want these idiots back, huh? Let's see what happens if I bring them in, but who do I dump? Who do I dump up here? Okay, let's dump the big dumb flyer. And I think I'll dump one of the bouncers. Okay, let's give this a shot. And we'll play. Okie dokie, midweek magic, free stuff. Okay, Utamal. My opponent. Prepare. Okay, I got land. I didn't get a dwarf. Elf. Didn't get an elf. But that's okay. So I'm against blue. So I will play the Spectral Sailor. This is a good card. Well, I shouldn't have done that. It's a flash spell. Shows you how much I don't know the cards. I should have waited. But oftentimes I wouldn't want to play that into potential interaction. But they're blue-white, so I think the chances are a little lower that they're going to be doing something, you know. Okay, so they're drawing cards. Oh, yeah. Let's keep that. So our next turn, we're going to hold on, not play anything. And I will just swing with the flyer and keep the Thespian back to block the parent if they decide to attack. Yeah, I'll go ahead and counter that. Why not? There's probably a much bigger, better threat, but I want to try and be as efficient as I can with my mana. This also allows me another Surveil, and I'm going to want a land, but let me see. I'm going to use all my mana next turn. This is a card draw, so I'm going to keep that on top and hope that the next card is a land here. I'll do this and use, if I don't get a land for Tatyova, I'll bounce the token, which should trigger the Prowler. Okay, so they have an Icewind Elemental. Ah, there is the land. Super duper. But the question is, do I play the Bouncer and the Librarian instead of the Druid? And I think I do, because I can play that and play a land next turn if I get one. So I'll do that. And then I will bounce that and let you take another look. Okay. Doing okay here. I got a bigger board state. You got a lot of cards in your hand, though, Utamal. So let's just hope you don't have a Wrath or something like that. Just wipe out the board. Or that you don't Aetherize and just return everything to my hand. Okay, you have no instance in your graveyard, I guess. Okay, well, let's do that. And that's unfortunate. I shouldn't have auto-tapped, because I know that in my deck I've got elves. Oh, I do have a fleeting extraction. I have elves and the snakes can veil for the 1 green. So I guess that's not completely unreasonable. So the question is, do I want to grow this or not at the risk of losing one of these? And I don't think I do. Because I think I want to save them to, if I have to, double block. So I drew Dwynens, and it's if I've got another elf in play, but I do not right now. That is not an elf. That's a cat druid. Imprisoned in the Moon. So I'm still holding this until I can get a land. So what? So what do we do here? I think I want to imprison the Tolarian Terror and swing with the Prowler. It's Ward 2, so I could do that. We'll see if they have a counter of some sort. Do you want to trade? I'll trade. Gives me more stuff to swing with later. Okay. We've traded. And you didn't cast thing twice at the end of your last turn. So that's a choice. Okay. We both have 3 cards in hand. And let's get this going. And they quit. They've seen enough. Tachova hits the board and they're done. Victory. 1-0. Do we get a card? Do we get gems? Let's get a card. Claim. Claim. We got gems. Markov Manor. Okay. Let's play again. Round 2. Juice Bocage. Just because. Hey now. I don't have any green mana. That's terrible. Hey, I've got lots of mana. I need to keep my action, so we'll keep and I will toss. Blue. I'm so dumb. I meant to play the island and flash in the Spectral Sailor, but that's actually maybe not bad because, as it turns out, they might have some direct damage. So let's play the Dwynen's Elite on an empty board and not get any value out of it. Okay, we're playing against Ghoul, red-green, aggro. Let's attack. And then let's see if they decide to take it out or if I grow my Dwynens. I grow my Dwynens. All right. Got Sylvan Scavenging going. That's good stuff. My opponent is on 3 mana and has not done anything. That is cray-cray. Okay. 3 mana, a no defense. Okay. We will put a counter on that. Now I'm going to start making 3 3s. Okay, you got 4 mana. Sword of Chaos. Del Diablo. Pass my turn. Cast my Sailor. Let's just time walk. Make you play that all over again. And let's make some raccoons. Just Bocage. Lots of cards, lots of mana. I have stuff in play, twice the life, and only 2 cards in hand. You made a big thing. I get to draw a card, and I keep the mana up for Snakeskin Veil. Seems solid. And let's do that, and we'll sack this, and we will bring out another island, and then we will say go. And we'll trade the Dwynens. If you try to take out one of the others, then we'll Snakeskin Veil it. But it does not look good for just Bocage. So if only these entered with another counter, then this would be a 6/6/6 combo, because a 4/4 would enter, and I didn't draw any cards from that. And that's game over. Okay. Do we get a card? Do we get some gems? Let's see. That's not the card. Claim. Gems. Another Markov Manor. Okay. Round 3. Fight. Red Eye against Blaze. I go first. And looks good. Can't play the Scavenging yet, but that's okay. Hide the green for now. More redness. Let's surveil. You know what? I'm going to keep that because I want to keep going to be able to get to the snare spinner and start landfalling with the giant, but I do need a second forest for that too, which allows me to get the scavenging going. Perhaps I should have dismissed the island. Don't think he's going to want to block, but I'll take the surveil and the swamp. Okay. Yeah, don't care about that. So next turn, I'll play the island and the snare spinner, but if I get a forest, which I didn't, so we'll do that. And I will block your cavalry all day long until you Banishing Light my tree's top snare spinner. I see you eyeballing him. You don't like Death Touch. That's going to be a problem for you, isn't it? You only have one Banishing Light in your whole deck, though, Blaze. Is this the time to use it? I mean, the good news is, you know I can't Snakeskin Veil it, because I am tapped out. They are in the tank. Blaze is thinking hard. Oh, that's a good move. Play a land. What? Come on. No Banishing Light? Squad Rallier. Okay. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature card with power 2 or less and put it in your hand. It's a draw spell. And there we go. Okay, what do we put down here? Let's do this. So I can start making little fellows. Nope, I'm good. I'll stay back. So the question is, are they going to just sit back and start trying to draw cards with a Squad Rallier? Build some card advantage? Or are you going to keep casting stuff in your hand? I still feel like they have a Banishing Light. Spitfire Lagak. Whenever land you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Ow, quit it. Okay, so that was that. Do not have enough green to do all the things I want to do. But I have this, and I'm going to start making 3/3s. I have a feeling that this might attract a Banishing Light if they actually have one. Boy, they are thinking hard for midweek Magic. No attacks. 3/3 Raccoon. I'm building a wall of raccoons, building a wall of token raccoons. Just one raccoon, but I'm building a wall. I have a lot of land. But they haven't used the Squad Rallier yet. They can now use it twice in the same turn. Or they could use it once and cast a creature. But maybe they forgot. Maybe they forgot that they've got the Squad Rallier. Firebrand Archer. So this pings with land, and this pings with non-creature spells. So maybe they're hoping to just whittle me down. Shiver me timbers and whittle me down. Shiver me timbers and whittle me down. I'm really a lot less worried about getting these ping damages than I am about them actually starting to do that. Okay, what trick do you have? Well, I don't know, but I think it's worth it. You show me your trick, and we'll do a 2-for-1. Great, you're twice as big and it's still dead. Do you first strike? You don't. That's Death Touch. Okay, so now you've got to bulk up in the graveyard for 6. Which, incidentally, you can cast. Okay, so let's do this and draw a card. Okay, so I've got double tricks here. And they are low on mana, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try to swing with the raccoon, my wallow raccoons. Let's see if they just take the 3 like I think that they should. Yep. And I could cast the Wary Thespian, but I want to keep my mana up for my tricks. And I keep building my wall of raccoons. Now I got two raccoons. And they have more mana, but because their Lagak is dead, I have stopped the pinprick needles of the Lagak. Okay, so you want to double up? Nope. Now you're starting to use the power of that card. But I'm going to affectionately Indrik your Squad Rallier. I'm going to give it a big Indrik hug. Assuming I can. Look at, that's a giant, not an elf. Those are raccoons. Those are not elves. It's an elf, that's not an elf. Let's get some surveil going. Island. Do I want the island? Because if I get the island, I will have 6 mana to Indrik. And I think I do, because I want to give that Squad Rallier a big hug. Okay, let's Hear it for the boys. Do you have a trick with your last card, Blaze? You do not have a trick. Okay, that feels really good. I don't need to give a big Indrik hug now. And I can continue to build my wall of raccoons. Now I got 3, and one's a 4/4. Oh, Sheevan Dragon. Big, huge, flying motherfucker. So I'm so old with Magic that I remember when this was such an unbelievable rare that, I mean, this is going to sound like the most stupidest thing ever, but people would trade, you know, Mox's dual lands, multiple dual lands for a Sheevan Dragon. Yep, that was a thing. I shit you not. Ah, you're swinging, huh? You think you're tough. So, let's see here. They can pump it so it becomes a 6/5. I can drop it so it becomes a 5/5. Do I want to give up the Elfsworn Giant? Yes, I think I do. Let's see, they thought that I was not going to have a 4/4, but I am. And that is the game, Blaze. Victory. Okay. I guess the deck was okay. I never even got to play my big, huge, scary guy. Brood Astronomer. Alchemy. All right. Well, that is it. Let's take a look at this deck one more time. The Sire of the Seven Deaths. Never got to play that. But we had, you know, a nice rare in Sylvan Scavenging, a nice rare in Sire of Seven Deaths, great uncommon in Benthic Druid. Let's see. These are good uncommons as well. These are good uncommons and protection. Yeah, I guess we had it. Curve isn't too terrible here. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching Midweek Magic. That was the first premiere of the Pick 2 format, and I don't know what's the verdict. I thought it was actually kind of good. Definitely goes fast. I think it's a different dynamic. It's an interesting dynamic to be picking 2 at a time. I remember liking Foundations Draft when it came out, but I don't think it was as fun this time. And I don't think it's the Pick 2 format. I don't know. For some reason, the cards were rather vanilla. But I mean, it is almost a, you know, what's it called? I mean, it's a Foundation set, right? I mean, it's in the name. I can't remember. 7th edition, 8th edition, those things. A core set. It's pretty much a core set. So it's supposed to be pretty vanilla, I suppose. And these cards are around. What they say, 5 years? Guaranteed to be in standard. So anyway, Pick 2 Phantom Draft. Throw a like, subscribe. Let me know if you liked it. Comments on it. Otherwise, have a week. Bye now.